Ari Mabuhay. This is Nadia with the Philomakins, and today we're going to be making a barbecue carrot slaw, I guess, of some kind, something like that. And we're also going to be pairing it with a coleslaw, and I'm going to be making kind of like little taco shells for them as well. So I'm pretty excited to do it because I've never tried this recipe before. And just want to say a big shout out to all my plant-based, vegan, whatever you identify with in that realm. Just wanted to say hi, what's up, and just keep going, and let's go to the kitchen. So the reason I'm making this barbecue carrot slaw, I guess that's what I'll call it, is because I saw this restaurant feature it on their menu, and I can't necessarily get there right now, so I figured why not just give it a shot and see how it turns out for me, because I have been missing the flavor of barbecue for a while, and I just wanted to see what carrot can bring to the barbecue game. So for the carrot slaw, I didn't have a shredder, so I just used our manual cutter here to get them into tiny little cubes. May not have the look of, say, the pulled pork barbecue, but the taste is going to be there. I also have about a quarter cup of onions. Also, this is one large carrot, and I have some barbecue sauce that I've been meaning to finish, as well as adding this Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid smoke, and initially I'm going to start it off with some butter as well to add some flavor. So for the coleslaw, I just have a couple pieces of cabbage I pulled apart, so half of a small cucumber, a little bit of onion. I'm going to shred it up in here, as well as keep a little bit of the carrots for it. And I'm going to be putting some some veganese in there, and I put my Italian seasoning back, but I'm also going to be adding that as well. As far as our buns or soft taco shells for this carrot barbecue slaw, I have put together some cassava flour, 1 part cassava flour, 1 part white spelt flour. I also put some Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of nooch for making that bread. And so pretty much the reason I'm doing this is I don't want to buy bread out there. So the reason I'm using cassava flour is because it's a gluten-free option. So even though I put the spelt flour in there, which does have gluten, I just wanted to break up some of that chewiness that the cassava flour brings. So just add a little bit of body to it. And again, I'm doing it for the gluten-free option because I get dandruff pretty much whenever I just eat straight flour. So that's just to help that out. All right, so that is all of our ingredients for what we're going to be making today. It's very cheap, very affordable, and really easy to make. So let's do this. Okay, so we're going to start off with a very hot and sizzling pot. And I'm going to just be adding probably about a tablespoon of oil to start off with. This is vegetable oil. You can pretty much use any neutral oil that you want, but because I have extra, that's pretty much why I'm using it. Next up, we are going to be adding about a quarter cup of onion. Hearing that sizzle is a good sign. That means your pot and your oil is ready. So I just coat the oil all over these for even distribution, which will make them cook faster and more evenly. So while our onions are cooking for about a minute, we are going to go ahead and stir up our dry ingredients for our little pita tortilla bread, whatever we want to call it. And then we're going to add just a little bit of water, and we're just going to add bit by bit because I don't typically measure things, so I just add a little bit at a time. It's easier to fix something that you're putting in a little bit of water at a time into, rather than overdoing it and then having to fix it by adding more. One of the amazing things about the tapioca flour is this really cool texture that it gives. It's gonna make it very chewy, very bouncy, and that's why I added some spelt flour, so it's not overwhelmingly chewy. So just remember, for those of you who are watching your figure a little bit, or if you have a reaction to flour like I do, I get dandruff as I mentioned, cassava flour, aka tapioca flour, is just the best way to go for your whole entire system. All right, so I think I am right here at the texture and consistency that I want. So that's it for now. All right, so after about 2 minutes, we're gonna check on our onions. As you can see, slightly golden, and I wish you could smell this, but I'm sure you all know what it smells like when onions are freshly cooked. And now we're gonna add our carrots. And again, I'm just leaving just a little bit for my slaw in my bowl. And then once again, we're gonna mix this up to evenly coat it with the oil. And then we're gonna cover it and let it cook for a couple of minutes. So while our carrots and onions are cooking, we are going to start on making our coleslaw. So as I said, we're just keeping just a little bit of the remainder of the carrots. And then we're gonna be adding our cabbage, onion, and cucumbers. Close this up and spin. Ooh. So if you live off grid like we do, a manual mixer like this is amazing because you don't always have to use your electricity. You don't have to turn on your generator. You can just put it in one of these guys and get it twisted. And then, ta-da! Super cheap on Amazon. You can get a good one for about $20. We're gonna transfer our coleslaw into a little bowl here. And like I said, a manual mixer like this is amazing because it helps you to save on electric bill. And you know what, I ain't gonna lie, kind of works your hand muscles a little bit too. So you get a little workout as well. And look at that beautiful chop. No electricity needed. You get to save some energy and some time. All right. Now we're going to be adding some Follow Your Heart veganese. We're going to add, again, I like to just add a little bit because you can always add more, so you don't want to overdo it initially. Right? And I like to add some Italian seasoning so it has the taste of almost like fresh herbs. So Italian seasoning has marjoram, thyme, rosemary, sage, oregano, and basil, and this will give your coleslaw a kick in the tasty direction. Now we're going to be checking in on our carrots. Look at that. Smells absolutely amazing and it looks pretty good too. So I'm going to be checking a bite to see how tender my carrot is. That's actually pretty good, but I think I want it to go for about another minute. And in the meantime, I'm gonna add just a little bit of vegan butter, probably about saw that? It's a professional catch right there. About a teaspoon of vegan butter, just to make the flavor of the carrot and the onions pop a little bit. So evenly distribute that, and then we're gonna cover and let it cook for an additional 2 or so minutes.
Is on his way.
All right, next up we are going to tend to our buns for our barbecue carrots. And we're just gonna add just a little bit of vegan butter so that it tastes really buttery and delectable. And just pretty much get that scooped around just for just a little bit of added flavor. Now we're gonna put one of our little buns in here, pretty much like a pancake. It's pretty much what you're going for. And you want to make them big enough that you can also make a really decent size carrot barbecue bun. So we're gonna check on our carrots, which should be plenty moist. Yes, it's very soft. I can just already feel it on the spoon without having to taste it. Look how it easily mashes up. So next we're going to be adding some liquid smoke, about half a teaspoon of liquid smoke, so we can get that smoky flavor. And I'm gonna put my old barbecue sauce that totally just... Mama. Yes, baby? One more. And now we're gonna be adding a little bit of this Jack Daniel's very thick barbecue sauce in here. Oh, look at that color contrast. That's pretty awesome. Okay. And now we're gonna stir it all up. And again, I could have definitely went ahead and put a lot more, but I wanted to see how much more I should add based on how it's coating it before I add more sauce. And now I can tell I definitely need to add more barbecue sauce. So let's do that. All right, now we're gonna check on our little tortilla bun here. Flip her. Look at that. This is usually what the underside of when you use cassava flour looks like. It's very kind of like smooth and kind of sticky as well. So we're gonna let that other side cook, and then we're gonna add the remaining buns. I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. All right, so our son definitely likes to participate in our meals. So I'm just making him 2 tiny ones that he can play with and dress up as he sees fits, because he's definitely going to want to participate. So those are his. All right, so now we're going to be flipping these ones over here, and that should be done in about a minute. And then, as you can see, this is pretty much ready. You got some bubbling up action happening here. So that means we're done. And so in about another minute, we are going to assemble our barbecue carrot plate. I'm really excited. All right, so I've assembled Zero little plate, because he can get a little crazy when we share a plate. And then I have my plate here. So here's the barbecue carrots in all its beautiful glory. Our coleslaw. I added some avocado with a little bit of pepper because I want a little bit of a kick with it. Some fresh sprouts, and of course our tortillas. I totally wish my mother was here right now so she could try this, because I know she would love it. She loves barbecue, so I know that she would have really be into this good Irish food right here, little Ital style. So shout out to all my Jamaicans that are eating plant-based vegan. I see you. And of course, shout out to the Filipinos too, because I know you guys are really taking over the Philippines with some really good veganized version of your food. Yes, but enough talking, because I am ready to try this. Let's go. All right, so let's build our first bite. Look at this, by the way. Look how springy and amazingly textured this is. So we're gonna start with some avocado. All right, I'm gonna mash that out a little bit here at the bottom. Then we're gonna add a lot of coleslaw. Next up, our barbecued carrots. And then we garnish it with some of that fresh, delicious sprouts. Wow. look at that, look at that. Oh yeah, I'm ready for my first bite. All right, so we assembled Zero's little mini bite right there. But I'm ready for my bite. Let's go, let's see. Mmm. That is good, and I'm not just saying that because I made it. Okay, hold up. I need a minute. It's so good. All right, so our coleslaw is crunchy and balanced between all of the flavors. Not too much mayo, not too much vegetables. It's just right. And then the Italian seasoning really just takes it up a little bit of a notch. Our main entree here, this carrot and onion barbecue deliciousness. Sweet, smoky, just a little bit of crunch left from a carrot, but still soft enough. Oh, it's so sweet. I'm tongue twisting my words. Just soft enough that it just really gives your mouth a very, very pleasant experience. And of course, you can shred this up if you really want it to look just like pulled pork, but man, it's so good that I'm not even bothered by the look. Okay. And then as far as our tasty pita, like I said, I did a very plain, simple flavor, so it pretty much just complements and brings everything together. It's not overpowering, so you taste it just enough, but these are definitely the standout in the meal. Hey, you behind the camera, come taste this. Come and taste this. Come on. Oh, look at Zero about to take his assembled bite. Ooh wee, look at that. That's a pro right there. You know what, Dada? I think you should try this one. Go ahead. I'm gonna dig into this right now. That is so good.
Man, I can't even close my mouth right now.
You ready, huh?
Looks good.
I don't know if that bite's gonna be enough for you.
It's bite size.
Bite size for a growing man. Decadent. All right, tell the truth. Look at that camera and tell them the truth. How does it taste? Zero made a donut.
Shut up. It's really good. That Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. It's really good.
Very sweet, but still barbecuey, huh?
Look at Zero. He wants more.
Okay. That's good enough, boo-boo. Why don't you sit down and you just enjoy that over there, mister.
Coleslaw is really good too. It's very refreshing. It balances the sweetness of the barbecue sauce, and this bread that you made just accommodates the whole meal nicely.
Thank you. Do you eat this kind of stuff back in the Philippines?
No, not really. Not like this.
You have some right there.
This reminds me of Ethiopian food, you know. And you know, you made it into a taco. It's like Mexican food. So it's like a little bit of everything.
I wanted to make a bread, but the bread takes longer, and I'm like, it's still gonna be delicious regardless. So I might as well take the easy route.
Oh man, this coleslaw is really good.
You're really a big fan of coleslaw, though. There he goes. Yeah. Thanks for being here with me. I hope to bring you more awesome foods where we just really enjoy plants and flavor them and make love to them in our mouths. So, okay. Ari mabuhay.
Ari mabuhay.
And peace.
Peace.